Shit, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna do a quick Q&A real quick. Do a little session with my son. See if he pops up on here. You know what I'm saying? See if this fool hops up on bitch. I'm waiting on him. Hey, come on, nigga. Get your
I'm here.
fool. Where's your volume at? I can't hear you, D.
You hear me now?
I hear you now. You got it turned up all the
Okay.
way?
Yeah.
All right, fool. Shit, man. You watched my video this morning?
Yeah.
Nigga, you watched my video this morning.
Yeah, I watched your video this morning.
All right, because if I ask you some questions, man, and you can't answer them, I'm gonna fucking come and shoot you in your fucking kneecaps this afternoon, bro. So let you know or give you a $1.50 across your face. I don't know, however you want to do it.
All right.
All right, man. I don't know, man. I guess, you know what I'm saying? But everybody that don't know, this is my second oldest son, or my second oldest child, but my oldest son. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Michael, too wheezy, always breezy, beam. You know what I'm saying? Always into something, always. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta wonder
No,
about
wait.
the little dude. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? We do get into some crazy deep discussions and shit sometimes. So basically, sometimes I just like to hear his input on my crazy ass and the shit I be doing, like as far as like the shit I be researching and talking about or whatnot. But I don't know, Mikey. Why don't you talk for a second? I'll pick up when you leave off real quick.
What do you want me to talk about?
We'll talk about whatever, man. Shit, what,
All
what,
right.
what, what,
Well,
like when you watch like videos and shit, what's the shit that sticks in your brain the most? You know what I'm saying? What's the shit that makes you think, like, damn, nigga, what the fuck is this nigga doing?
really, the only thing that I could say off the top of my head, I like how in all your videos, I like how you decode things and you're able to break things down a little bit. Not as simple for a lot of people to well, not a lot of people would get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool how you break it down and everything. I like it.
Right. I can dig it. You know, because the thing is, if you're gonna do this, like, man, you gotta do intensive research. You can't just watch something and be like, oh, I'm gonna just go
Oh,
rush to say
oh, for
something,
sure.
and then you find out a month later everything you done said. You have to go contradict yourself and be like, oh, everything, you know what I'm saying? So you have to do, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure like your research is proper, and then therefore, like in the situation, in my audience, I got to make sure like my etiquette is proper for, you know what I'm saying? I can't get too deep in terminology because then I'll lose my audience. So you got to be able to make
Yeah,
the video user friendly at the same token. I guess I'm trying to say, you know.
yeah,
Um, but like, you know, nigga, when I'm talking like the 2030 agenda, you know what I'm saying, and the last 13, possibly the last 13 fucking years on this earth, what do you think about? Like when you think about your immortality and you think about your spirituality and you think about just possibly being your last 13 years on this earth and you have nothing to do about it, where does that leave you mentally as a young American? You know what I'm saying? What do you like if you take it to heart, or like even if it strikes a nerve, where does that what does that do for you mentally? You know what I'm saying? Does that leave you no hope, or how do you feel? How does your brain like regurgitate the things when you hear things when your father is talking about doomsday and nobody being around no more and this, that, and the third? How does that affect you
yeah.
mentally?
I mean, it strikes a nerve for certain. It really does. But at the same token, like
I always
stuff
will,
like that,
Colleen.
the that's really shit that as you said, we do have no control over. You know what I'm saying? We basically are we're hamsters in a damn little. You know what I'm saying? We're puppets to this, not puppets, but what can we do? You know what I mean?
Right. What you can do is what I always say: get right with your spirit. If you can't control your situation around
Yeah.
you, get right with your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because all this materialistic shit that they got everybody caught up in, all of us, is going to be the demise of us. Because we're too worried about gas prices more than we're worried about our spirituality. And you know what I'm saying? Where do you go after this? Do you believe that book is honestly telling the truth? Well, when you think about religion, when you think about the Most High or whatever you call your God, what do you know what I'm saying? What type of faith do you have as far as like your spirituality is concerned?
You know, I'm still learning myself. So I really, as far as all that goes, I'm definitely spiritually active, if that's what you mean. Like, I do believe to get in touch with yourself, because that's one thing, you know, the government, everybody can take everything from you, but they can't take your soul. They can't take your spirit. So,
That's real shit,
you know
man.
what I mean?
100. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you own in this world is what is inside of this vessel. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So, when you like, do you base your spirituality off of a book, like a Bible, or how do you base your spirituality on, like, you know what I'm saying? What do you consider the foundation of what you believe in as far as the afterlife is concerned? Do you believe in a book and a pope, or what, like, you know what I'm saying? Delve deeper into that. I like, you know what I'm saying, when you say like you spiritually chasing, where are you going? Like, are you chasing books? You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not. I'm not. I'm not chasing books, nor do I bow down to a pope. My thing is I bow down to the truth. I bow down to what's real, and I feel like there's just so many lies flooded into society. There's so many different religions that is right and wrong and right. You know, they say that religion's supposed to keep people together, but why is all different religions? Why are we all divided? You know what I'm saying? That's exactly why I don't base my spirituality on a book
Right.
or the Pope or none of that.
Maybe,
You
yeah,
know what I
because
mean?
maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe that's what them books were set up for, was to keep everybody in division, and everybody's waking up to the fact that none of them books are right. You know what I'm saying? And well, at least I hope everybody's waking up to the fact that none of them books are right. Um, what, all right, here's a good one for a young American. What do you think about, you know, a lot of these shootings that are going on? I'm not talking about cops. I'm talking about these straight up white
Mass
military. You know what I'm
murders.
saying? When you think about these guys with these, like, the mass shootings with these assault rifles and whatnot and attacking the public, what's your insight on that? Do you believe these are crazy? Like, do you believe these are fucking just nuts? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or do you think there's a higher, like,
Nah, I don't necessarily. I mean, I can't speak for every situation, but for instance, I'm gonna take it to the recent Vegas shooting that happened. I will say there, I do not believe that a 64-year-old old man orchestrated that whole thing. I will say that all, you know, them the school shootings and everything. It's all, I don't feel like it all is a coincidence. I don't feel like all this stuff happens coincidentally. It's all meant to set up. It's setting us all up for whatever's next. Cause face it, it's just a matter of what's next. That's really all it is
right?
nowadays.
So check, okay, and that's true. You know, I totally agree with you on that. This is not the last time you're going to see this. This is, don't be surprised if you wake up tomorrow and they're shooting up a fucking Pittsburgh Steeler game or an Ohio State football game. You know, I mean, where does it end? And, you know, the same place it begins, in the church. You
Same
know,
place
it
it
ends where
begins.
it begins. It begins where it ends. It's just like the serpent eating its tail. You know, the signs are there. You know, you just have to be aware. But okay, let's push on. What would be another good? Okay, you was young. You were young. You were very young. You know, but when you think of 9/11, what do you think about? You know what I'm saying? As a young American growing up, like, after the aftermath of 9/11 and then all the wars that have taken place, what's your intake on, how do you feel about the 9/11 situation? What is your thoughts on what do you truly think happened with that?
Well, with the 9/11 thing, I mean, I could say several different things that I do think about it, but what I do think that I'm not going to sit here and say that Osama bin Laden had absolutely nothing to do with that. And I will say this though, and whether it may rub people the wrong way or not, that is not my intention. But I do believe that our people also were involved in this.
100.
But I mean, if that answers, we can get a little deeper into that if you like. But I mean, that's up to you. You
Yeah,
asked the
because you know
question.
what I'm saying, a lot of people, you know, one of the Bushes was working the finances on that. You know, they doubled up all the insurance on them buildings right like a month before they fell. You know what I'm saying? So,
And if I may add, not this might sound cliche to some people, but this to me is it's a really big clue. How coincidental is it that Mr. Bush was actually in New York when this happened, reading books to little kids?
man, it is
You know what I'm
Florida.
saying?
He was down in Florida. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
yeah,
was he in Florida? He
yeah, he
was
was
in
down in
Florida.
Florida.
My
Yeah,
bad. I got that wrong.
they
My
made sure
bad.
he was really far away. They didn't want to put him in the White House or
Yeah.
anything. They made sure he was really far away. So yeah, reading books to little kids.
Yep.
And it's funny. I think the book
I,
had something to do with like goats and shit. You know what I'm saying? All that Baphomet shit.
yeah.
Little
Yeah.
Billy Goat Grubb type shit. It's always satanic with these motherfuckers, man. And remember, Masons, what do? They build things and they tear down things. You know, they build things and they tear down things. So yeah, to me, inside all the way. Osama bin Laden, CIA implanted agent, 100. You know, it's been okay. Shit, man. What do you think about outer space? You think that man can actually get the fuck up out of here physically or mechanically, or what's your
Well,
take on that? You know, do you believe in these niggas is like they got fucking Range Rovers on Mars and exploring shit? You think they actually got off of this thing? Have they proved to you with enough evidence? Not. I'm not talking the computer generated fucking shit that you see all the time, but
right.
have they given you enough evidence to where you as a young individual believe that you can be an astronaut?
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say no. And for all them people that watch the solar panels and stuff and up in outer space, like they'll have those little live streams on YouTube where you supposedly can watch like you can see the rotation of the
Right.
Earth happening and
Yeah.
everything. But you know what it all looks like to me? It looks like a movie.
Right.
How can all these space movies literally imitate what outer space supposedly looks like? But the shit like it all looks the same. I don't believe we've left the Earth yet. If we even will, if there even is a space, which I don't believe.
Nah. If there was a space where they're trying to
There absolutely
like
is no proof to convince me that that has happened yet.
right, exactly. And I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? That now they threw a lot of gimmicks out there. It's all tax money though. It's just to keep the ball rolling. It's all a circus. Like, you know, I'm from Florida. I've seen rockets shoot up into the fucking, and it is a grand spectacle, and you do like get the wow factor behind it. But my theory is, you know, why don't you see like a fucking highway of satellites covering the moon every night? Why don't you see a trail of satellites all over the place blotching up the moon? If there's all these thousands
Yeah.
and thousands of fucking satellites, why can't we see shit? Why don't the motherfucking space station never pass through the moon? You know, we're like, damn, there's the space station. Niggas, check it out. Because, you know what I'm saying? This shit don't exist. This is off to me. But this is just Q&A. This ain't got shit to do with what I say or what I think. But like I said, why wouldn't the space station just so they can say, look, check it out? They would have at least have that motherfucker orbit right in front of the moon one night. That way everybody can be like, look, we in space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why ain't there
And and
satellites
and
fucking
and,
blotching
and,
out the fucking moon every goddamn night? These are the questions I'm asking myself. Like, if there's all these thousands
and,
of space junk and everything else, why ain't it showing up? You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
and
you know, come on now.
yeah, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's like we've said countless times in discussions we've had. If it's broadcasted on TV, if it's on the internet, though, you know these people are going to eat that up. You know it's
Right,
going to happen. If it's on those source, if it's coming from that source, it's automatically true. If you
right.
don't hear it off TV, it ain't true.
Yeah, that's
We've
my
talked
theory
about
behind
that.
it, bro. Check this out though. Okay, when you get it in, when like you know, because like the space thing is like it is really fun, and I watch them type of movies because there's a lot of fucking it's a lot of shit. My son will tell you, I'll depict any fucking movie you want. I don't give a fuck if it's Disney or whatever, man. I can sit down and like start crunching numbers, and every time I see something, I'm like, you see why they did that like that? It's so watching movies with me ain't like sitting down with popcorn and shit, and you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to watch the movie because I'm gonna be pausing it, coming back. Look, see, this is over here. Why this is this and this is that, and do woo woo woo. Now push play, and then see there. Now they go. I'm too much, you know what I'm saying? I'm too hard to watch TV with. I have to watch TV by myself because I fucking start liking like everything is a depiction to me, like a book and every year. I can't just watch a movie all the way through because I'm too caught up in all the esoteric bullshit that's behind the scenes or just what people can't catch on to. So I train myself in always depicting no matter what type of movie it is. Even the comedic shit has got fucking hidden.
Yep.
Because remember, the devil is a joker. You know what I'm saying? He likes to make you laugh. He wants to keep you off guard. So don't think that them comedian shits ain't got a whole bunch of stuff up in it too. You know what I'm saying? That's where you find most of the crazy shit they just put out in the forefront and then you laugh about it and you kind of forget what's really going on here. You know what I'm saying? Your mind being taken off of your inner side. You know what I'm saying? Your chakras. You know what I'm saying? How to raise your chakras. Eventually one day you guys will get this. Hey Mikey, when what do you think about when I say that these governments are setting up all of us for nuclear annihilation, you know what I'm saying? And, by 2030, like we all could be gone, you know?
What I think about it is that what
Yeah,
you're asking me?
right.
What I think about is that it's actually a harsh reality. I mean, look what's going on right now. You got this whole bullshit going on with Trump and North Korea, and them supposedly launching and doing missile launches and tests and shit. It's only getting closer. It's only getting closer. It's
Right.
all it's all it's all part of the game, man.
So let me ask
Because
you this.
it's,
Uh, when you have your children, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel how do you feel about sending your children off to war when it comes that time? Because we all know war's never going to stop. There's always going to be a war, and there might even be a situation to where they might draft your son. What would you do if they drafted your child, your son? You know what I'm saying, or your sons? Instead, you got look. It doesn't matter. You got it. We this is the drill now. You got to go because when they start dropping
well,
bombs, motherfuckers are going to quit enlisting. You
oh
know,
yeah, oh
and they're
yeah.
going to have to implicate
Well,
a draft,
I,
and it's
I
not the rich people that's going to be going to war. It's going to be what I'm saying, the impoverished, our people, black, white,
yeah,
Hispanic, it doesn't matter. Our people, the impoverished people. There isn't a color behind poverty. And I wish that like the grand audience would see the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Don't feed into the TV because the TV only wants you to think a certain way. If you walk through your community and you see black, white, and Hispanics all in the same fucking melting pot, not to mention people from Nepal and everywhere else, hello, I'm not going around talking. I'm learning languages. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm kicking it with the public. I'm not, I don't put myself in a position to where I'm whiter than the rest or more American than the most. I enjoy being in a community that I'm in, but I also understand poverty is not a color thing. Poverty is across the board. Poverty is if you're not with the program, you can fucking sit in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? You're a piece of filth. We're gonna feed you fucked up food and send fucked up water through your goddamn pipes. Anything we can do to make your life shorten. You know what I'm saying? And think about it. You know what I'm saying? These niggas live into the 90s, and all of us can't make it past the 60s. We all die of cancer. These motherfuckers live to a ripe old age until they just die off. So, it's like right there, there's proof in the pudding right there. Why do all the rich just happen to live 30 years longer than the people who's impoverished? I mean, to be honest, a lot of people I know don't even get past their 40s, let alone their 60s. So it's crazy how they do us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how they do us, but they try to make the impoverished thing. How do you feel about that when your television, when that satanic family altar starts broadcasting poverty as being just one color?
It, yeah, I think it's just another one of them ways to keep everybody against each other, man. That's why we've always had these so-called race wars throughout the years, and we've always been, again, it leads back to the division of people.
Now,
We're supposedly the United States of America, but notice how we're the most divided country
yeah.
really in the land right now.
Well,
You
here's
dig
the
what I'm
thing.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? And I beg to differ. I say that the satanic television family fucking altar, they make you think that way. They mentally hypnotize you into thinking this is the way the world is. But my argument is
I
when I walk out of my front door and I'm in my community, I'm dealing with everything. Middle East, it doesn't matter. There's across the board. There, I can probably count up 7 or 8 different types of ethnic races just in Linden alone, North Linden alone. And there's no listen. I don't see people fighting each other over this or over that. Motherfuckers are just living out life. You know what I'm saying? Because what has this Luciferian doctrine done? They've made everything real easy. You know what I'm saying? Everything is simple. Travel is simple. Food is simple. The thing is, everything they give us is not worth having. You know what I'm saying? We're not being fed the proper food. That's why your bodies fucking deteriorate and get fucked up like they are. Um, they medicate the shit out of anybody they can, from the fucking cradle to the fucking from the womb to the tomb. They've got medications for everything, you know. So I don't know, bro. You got a question for me, OG Little Pimpin'?
um shit, really, I can't even think of one off the top of my head.
What do you think about people putting their mind, body, and soul behind books to kill each other? Religious books.
Religious books. I think that
Because in
that's
the end,
just
that's all it is. Nobody's proven to me yet that Allah's came back, Jesus is coming back, Buddha's on his way, the Hare Krishna,
well,
all
it's
this shit. When is these
again,
motherfuckers all coming back? That's all I want to know. You got
again,
you got 13 different motherfucking messiahs and prophets on their way back, but not one of them's made it here yet. And these
again,
are all
and
books
that's
telling
like
you stories and allegories.
and that's like I was saying, there's different religions. There's Allah, Buddha, fucking Jesus. There's all these different ways and different rules to these books that keep people from believing one's right and one's wrong, when really in reality is either right. I don't think so.
Right.
I don't believe so.
Yes, because
You
man,
know what I'm saying? Like,
they've
that's
given
just my personal.
opinion. My That's me totally. I mean, anyone who can pick up a book and decide to put his soul behind that motherfucking when you already have a soul, when you already have a soul inside of you that can guide you through this world if you just properly use it right, and then you cop out to books and churches and steeples. Yo, I mean, it's like, and it's all coming to the forefront now where people see this type of shit. It's like, the church is losing real bad. Like I tell you, every year they're losing so many different members, the Catholic and the Christian church, because people are waking up to this fucking ignorant ass shit. This Joe Osteen type of modern day, you can rap and where's your rock band at? No, I mean, it's crazy how they got church today. Church is like a fucking festival. You know what I'm saying? It's everything but spiritual. It's like one big fun journey. You know what I'm saying? You get to go to Bible camp and church camp and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. How, like evangelical. Now, I don't. I have to. Here's one that fucks me up. Now, here's one that is for the ages. This has got to be a sign of the times. All right, everybody knows that Mike Pence is the vice president, right? This motherfucker has the audacity to go on national TV. Now listen to me and listen to what he says he is. This shit, listen, he's got to be the most asinine, ignorantest motherfucker I've ever met, or he just made up a new religion. They ask him, and you can look this up. This is fucking documentation. They asked this nigga what his belief is. And this nigga answers, I'm an evangelical Catholic. Where the fuck is that at? Where they do that at? I ain't never seen that in my fucking life. But this man says this. He says that he is an evangelical Catholic. And I'm going, when did they start doing that shit? That don't even exist. Let me hold on. Let me go here and look into the. Let me check the record real quick. But I'm telling you, there ain't no such thing as an evangelical Catholic. But our vice president says that that's what the fuck he is. You know what I'm saying? This is where America's going. This is what I'm telling you. Your leaders are so fucking twisted and got our brains so fucked up that and niggas just buy it. Everybody's buying it. What the fuck, these motherfuckers? It don't matter. But anyway, look, they're inventing religions now. Since 2017, it's official. You can be an evangelical Catholic. So that's what it
I've
is.
never heard of it.
Never heard of that shit in my life, but that's what your vice president says he is. So I guess it's some new shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like how the pendulum swings, how they try to say Obama was pro Islam and because of the ring he wore, and then now the pendulum swings over here and you got Catholic. You know what I'm saying? It's like they always keep your head spinning. You know, it's crazy as fuck, man. Uh, what do you think about modern day TV, man? When you turn on your motherfucking satanic family altar, are you entertained? Are you just like, man? It's just how does it how does it affect you, like your mental game when you click on the tube? Not a
When
movie,
I click on it, just watching
just
anything,
watching. Right, just
it's well, I mean, ever since I really got to sit down and, like I said, for people that don't know, ever since my father came back in town, which has been about 4 or 5 years, somewhere around that range, he's always got me hit to this shit. So he's always pointing stuff out to me, and he's always showing me what it is, and it's really come down now to where I can't really sit and watch TV and enjoy it. I just think it's all like I'm it's kind of a blur feeling, you know what I'm saying? It's just like why is this even a thing? You know, like it's just like what is this?
right.
I don't know.
And you know what it is? It's messages, subliminal messages, and it's all types of different messages being broadcasted across those stations. And some stations ain't meant for us. That's why we don't fucking turn to those stations. Some stations are meant for the people in the know, the builders of this world. But I'll say, you know, in the end, it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? It's all about you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful of what you let in your head, man, you know, because that carries on, like I said, through your DNA, everything you believe in, everything that, you know what I'm saying, all that shit get passed on to your children. So, man, try to make the end of that strand a little bit more cleanliness, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more
Yeah.
like, you know, and you'll see that in your child. You'll see the difference in your child. Uh, he'll be more spiritual than us a lot quicker, you know what I'm saying? He'll understand things a lot faster than us because the end of your DNA strand has been awoken. Your kundalini has risen into the back of your pineal gland, you know what I'm saying? And that'll be recorded into your DNA and passed on to your child. So the quicker you can get that shit to rise, you know what I'm saying, the quicker or the better, like you'll see the advancement in your child because you're not living in the lower part of the chakra. You want to be in the green chakra and above. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in the green and above. If you're below the green, you're still living in the lower parts of your humanity. You know what I'm saying? You're living in the lustful part of your life. You know what I'm saying? And you want to get away from that and push that oil up your spinal cord into your brain and higher your chakras and become awoken, my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Any last words, Michael? You got anything you want to say to the peoples before we bust off?
I just want to say to everybody, man, if you're not watching, I know a lot of people like to watch the entertaining stuff and all the clout shit and all that. Please click on these videos, man. Gain yourself some knowledge, man. Learn something and get in touch with you. Just learn what you are. You know what I'm saying? That's really all I got.
One thug, one love. God bless you all. Psych. You better motherfucking guard your soul every day because they come in to get it whenever they can, however they can. Hey, there's 6 million ways to die. Choose one. You know what I'm saying? And it better be the right one. And I'm gone.